Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about something really exciting, luxury handbags. Whether you're buying your first luxury purchase or you just want to add another piece to your collection, it can feel like such a big step. With so many choices and so many handbags in the market, it can also feel very overwhelming. And the last thing you want to do is spend all that money and regret later. So, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a few key things to remember before making your purchase so that you can make a more informed decision and buy your handbag with a lot of confidence. The first thing you need to do is set a budget. A luxury bag is never the price that you see on the tag. You have to include the taxes, duties, and for the fact that some of the brands keep increasing the price regularly. So, all of that considered along with the price that you see on the bag should be a budget. For example, now let's say you are looking to purchase the Louis Vuitton Never Full Tote and the price of the bag is 2000 US dollars. Now with the tax, the price of the bag increases to $2,200 to $2,300. Now the price of the bag is not $2,000 anymore. So with tax, it just became $2,300. So your budget to buy the bag should be $2,500. So set a budget that is most comfortable to you and stick with it. Now that you have your budget set, the next thing to think about is why you are buying the bag. Is it for your everyday errands? Is it for your work wherein you have to fit in your work laptop? Is it for travel? Is it for like special occasions? So this is an important step. The more clearer you are about the purpose of buying the bag, the better decision you will make. Now that you know what bag you want to buy, it's time to think about whether you want to invest in a classic style or a trendy piece. Now when I say classic, think about the bags for its functionality, versatility, something that you can wear all seasons, something that you'll be able to wear for many years, and something that will fit your wardrobe. Now, let's say we are considering the bags from the high-end luxury brands like Chanel and Dior. We have the classic Chanel flap bag from Chanel and Lady Dior from Dior. Both these bags are timeless and something that you can wear for many years and the style will not die down. Coming to the trendy pieces, it consists of micro bags, very bold seasonal shapes and colors, which will look great in the season, but a few years from now the hype and the appeal will die down. So if you are someone who's just starting out and buying your first luxury purchase, I would suggest to buy something classic. It can be from any brand and any budget you're comfortable in, but buy something that's versatile, something that you can use a lot instead of buying a trendy piece that will die down in a few years. Now let's consider this bag from Jacquemus. It is a micro bag. It looks super cute and you can also style it, and of course it'll look great and all of that. But if this is your first purchase and this is the bag that you're getting, you're literally not getting any use of it because you cannot put anything in this bag. I don't think it'll even fit a lip balm or a lipstick. So basically you're not getting any use of it, but you're still buying a luxury bag. But if you're someone who has a lot of bags and you are into bag collection and want to add this trendy piece, then it's completely fine. But for someone who's just starting out, it's always better to invest your money in a classic style rather than a trendy piece. Every luxury brand has a personality, and finding the one that fits you and your wardrobe is key and essential. For example, let's take the brands like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and Versace. Now these brands are heavy logo focused. Now if you see Louis Vuitton, they have the LV monogram happening in most of their bags. Same goes with Gucci and Versace. So if you're someone who loves monograms, which screams brand and has a lot of branding, then these are the type of brands you need to look into. But if you're someone who likes more subtle, minimalistic, something that's more elegant side, something that's versatile, you don't care about the branding, you just love the bag because of its quality, craftsmanship, or if you just love the brand in general, you need to check the brands that make those type of bags. Like for example, Celine or Loewe. So even in Celine, it does have logo. I mean, it's really big and CNC, but it's not as gaudy as some of the bags that have a lot of monograms. Also, it makes it very difficult to style the bag if it has a lot of monograms. But this one is, of course, it's got the CNC Celine logo, but it's in gold hardware and it's not really gaudy and it looks really elegant and subtle. You can tell that it's a Celine bag, but in a most subtle way. So if you are someone who likes brands that are not very logo focused, then you need to look at those type of brands. So you can narrow it down, so you don't have to look at Louis Vuitton or a Versace or a Gucci. You can directly skip those brands and go into brands that are more minimalistic and more into quite luxury. And there are also investment driven kind of brands, like the high end luxury brands like the Chanel, and of course the ultimate in the handbag game is the Hermes. So if you are looking at an investment piece, then you can buy the Chanel classic flap bag or the Hermes, Kelly and Birkin. Now this is where your own style comes into picture, whether you like bold branding or you like the understated elegance and quite luxury side. Now based on this, you can narrow down some of the brands that you want to look to purchase your next bag. Now moving on to the material and color. Grained leather are more durable, tougher and scratch resistant, while the smooth leather looks beautiful, but if you do not take good care of it, they are prone to scratches. Now for example, for my classic Chanel flap bag, I have the caviar leather, which is like a grained leather. Now this is more durable and scratch resistant. And for my Dior bag, I have the smooth leather. Now I need to be very careful about how I use this bag because it will be prone to scratches. Now it also depends upon the way the bag looks. For example, the smooth leather on the Chanel classic flap bag was not that great, and the grained leather on the Dior bag was not great. So it also depends on how the bag looks with the leather. I personally preferred the grained leather when it came to the Chanel classic flap bag, and for Dior the smooth leather is absolutely stunning, so I went with something smooth. So these are the things you need to consider. For example, if it's your first luxury bag, it's always better to go with something grained so that it's more durable and more scratch resistant, and you can just have the hang of using the bag and everything. And moving forward, you can then buy your smooth leather and all of that, so that you are better prepared on how to handle the bags and everything. But also it clearly depends upon what you like and how you take care of the bags and everything. Coming to the colors, the neutrals are any day, anytime the safest bet, like the beige, the blacks, the burgundy, something that you can make it more versatile and you can style it with your entire wardrobe, versus the trendy colors and the bold colors that will look great and fun too, but it becomes very difficult in case you change your mind and you want to sell the bags in the future. It's very difficult to sell the trendy colors. A lot of people ask me why I always go with black bags and why I don't buy any other color. That's because I am spending a lot of money. I want to use the bag. I want the bag to be styled with many different outfits, and I want to use it more often rather than just putting it in the shelf and not using it. So I rather buy bags that I can style and use and fit my wardrobe, to buying all the rainbow colors and use it once in a while. So it doesn't matter, you don't have to buy the rainbow colors and everything. If black goes well with your outfit, if black goes well with your wardrobe, it doesn't matter. Even if you have like 100 black bags, you can still buy another one because it's a different bag and you know how to style it. So you do you. And again, it's very important to consider colors, especially when you want to sell the handbags. The classic bags like the blacks and the browns and the burgundies sell very quickly, and the trendy colors, they usually take a lot of time to sell. So that's one thing you need to consider. Moving on to the practicality and functionality of the bag. Some bags look absolutely amazing on the website, on Instagram, on YouTube, but in reality, when you wear it, it just does not suit your lifestyle. It's either too thin, delicate, or like too heavy. Once you put in all the stuff you need to, it just becomes very heavy, especially for tote bags. And some tote bags just have top handles, they don't even have crossbody. Just imagine you carrying a lot of heavy stuff in the tote bag, holding like this for hours, and you just don't have a crossbody strap. That's again not practical and functional if you're someone who carries a lot of stuff and walks a lot. So these are the things that you need to consider when it comes to practicality and functionality. And also, if you're someone who lives in extremely harsh weather conditions, like say suppose the place you stay in rains heavily, it doesn't make sense for you to buy a suede bag. You just cannot take good care of it. Also, you need to test the bags on your shoulder to see how easy it is for you to fetch the items from the bag, how easy it is for you to open and close, and do you need a zipper for the bag so that your things are secure. These are the things you need to consider when you're buying your first luxury bag, or in general just thinking about the practicality and functionality of the bag for your lifestyle. The next thing to consider is the resale value, just in case if you want to sell the bag in the future. Not every bag holds value. There are some classic brands like Chanel and Hermes, and some bags from Louis Vuitton which has a strong resale value, but the trendy pieces, the seasonal pieces, they depreciate in value very, very quickly. Even if you're not buying the bag as an investment piece, it's always smart to know where you're putting your money into. Now that we have spoken about everything, it's time to buy the bag. You can walk into your nearest boutique for full luxury experience, the packaging, aftercare, and the warranty. And also, if you have been planning a trip to Paris anytime soon, and if you have a few French luxury handbags in your wish list, I would say to hold on to it and buy it in Paris, because the luxury experience in Paris just hits different. Plus, it's also cheaper there. If you have any plans to go to Paris anytime soon, just buy all the bags there, because I just loved when I bought mine. The experience was just fantastic and on another level. But if you're looking at the pre-loved market, the second-hand market, you will get the bags for a lot cheaper. You will also find some like really new bags which have been selling for like way below the retail price. So you need to be very, very careful about selecting the bags and everything. When you're buying a bag from pre-loved market, just make sure that you are buying from someone and the website you trust, because there are a lot of fakes that have been circulating and which say that they are authentic but they are not. But there are like really good platforms which sells bags. There is Real, there's Fashionphile, there's Vestiaire Collective. So these are the platforms you can actually check to buy your pre-loved handbags. I think I am in that era right now where I'm open to exploring the pre-loved market and buying something that's vintage and something that's rare and something different. Can definitely get full-blown experience in boutique, or if you want to save some money, you can always look into pre-loved market. Coming to the questions you need to ask yourself before buying the bag. Does this bag fit my lifestyle? Can I comfortably afford it? Will I still love this bag in a few years? Do I know how to take care of this bag? If your answer is yes to all of these questions, then you're making a solid choice. These are the key things to remember when you're buying your first bag, so that you can enjoy the bag rather than regret it later. I hope this video was helpful in some way. Let me know in the comments, what bags are you guys currently eyeing? Did you buy any new bag? I would love to know. We are now at the end of this video and you all know the drill. If you like the vibe, if you like the videos that I make, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to press that bell icon so that you don't miss another update from me. I'll be back again next week with a new video. Until then, take care, have fun and lots of love.